Alright, that's Janelle. Just so we know. So, because I did speak to her about, this, we're in a crisis. That's why I had to take a minute when I left the door to pray on this house. Tell Satan to leave this house. I just want you to know, Lucido, that little fairy set that I've been praying on the last couple months, Macomb Daily. The ones poisoning Clinton Township, but they're out there in Washington too. You don't have a right to steal victim stories, right? And these are sexual cases, right? And I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, I will never ever die off as a social worker, so as an advocate. And I'm just a better advocate than these people. And I worked for Mork. So that's how I know they're being dishonest. And this is the same thing with the victim programs and our access point services. I did that for a living, right? And I was good at my job. And the doctors loved me because they would use my diagnosis. And was able to just just look into someone's spirit. Right, because your soul is in chaos sometimes, and you just have to be able to read somebody's spirit. So that's why I just come, because this house is very special. So I asked Satan to leave Macomb Family Services. Do you hear me? You don't own, like this social worker here, she's working 80 hours a week, but she only gets paid 40. That's what I'm saying. These fucking niggers love to enslave us, okay? Just remember, you enslaved nurses. Social workers, right? So then you abused our handicap. These are the trolls I talk about. These trolls. Your hermits, your trolls, you're a lot of things. Even the Smurfs. The Smurfs knew. They knew their way back to home to the stars, right? And that was through portholes. Nope, not here. This Renaissance nonsense is all about robbing our heritage, right? So I was going to go and do some praying. I can't even do that. My ass hurts so bad. Anyways, I have so much pelvis pain. They injured my right side. See, they really did screw up my medical so fucking bad here. It's not even worth it because I have the right to have my workman's comp. That's not screwed up. That's for life. Deerwood Manor. In the name of King Jesus. That was the baby King Jesus, right? Because yesterday was Assumption Day. And Assumption Day included Mother Mary, her body and her soul rising to heaven, right? Because Jesus came for his mother. Of course he did, right? And so we have to remember if you want to go to heaven, right, that is Mother Mary, because again, when she died, when she birthed Jesus, she became Mother Mary. When she died and rose to heaven, she became Mother of God. But it is through Mother Earth. So, because you went through the Holy Ghost. And that's what gives us an 8. That's why they're always doing these 8s. Right, they know what they're doing here. And we don't need to have Star David. So again, you know what Waldenborg is going to be attached to? Well, just go down there on, it's like 28, I think, is where that cute little white house in Romy Plank, the cute little white church, right? That is the 1700s of the Methodists, right? So again, this is Waldenborg, but down there, that's a different little town. I can't think of what it's called off the top of my head, and it's irrelevant. So more important is to talk about how even the Smurfs knew that there was portholes. How the Smurfs knew there was a blue moon, right? And we don't want a blue moon. But you know who wants a blue moon? Oh, fucking bitches like China. Like countries like that are deciding they get to be earth killers and moon killers, right? And again, they're pissing off galaxies. Meanwhile, we're down here in Mother Earth, which is also called Mother of God, which also is called Mother Mary, which is also called Virgin Mary. So it's literally probably married Mary. So married Mary, right? So because that's how we got Mary Magdalene. It was through the married Mary, right? And then you have the Virgin Mary, right? So because she did marry her husband, and she did have other children. You guys are retarded. You're part of the witch generation that believe in yabba dabba dabba fucking nonsense. Slicing up Jesus, I'm like, even the assumption, they stabbed. Why are you stabbing Jesus in the stomach? You guys are sickos. So, not here. I'm saying this we're praying on. Oh, excuse me, kiddo. This we're praying on. So, because my cousin in that home is special, right? And they should be able to have Jesus. I gotta see if that church will come out here. It's ridiculous. It's an act of Congress to, like, I'm going to email the church, except for Laura, because, like, I was talking to her about that, too. So, because that's where Laura is going, that's one of the residents, but they're Catholic. I've been trying to get Isidore to come out here. I mean, not come out here, but them go to Isidore. But, again, they don't get Christian. So, I'm just going to have to contact Isidore to see if Isidore is willing to come out here. They run so many social programs. Since this is a group home, they probably can find somebody. It doesn't have to be the father. It's just a volunteer that's willing to come out for an hour, read the Bible, talk to the residents. There's 3 of them, 4 of them. Actually, there's 4 of them. They all would do it. All of them would do it. They would all actually enjoy it, too. So they used to get the nuns, but, again, Macomb College over here. They're shifting through their money, right? And then forgetting about, once again, the handicap. That's our reconstruction of our witches down there in the Archdiocese, right? I denounce you, Satan. You're evil. So don't get to abuse our handicap, you evil ass trolls. You hear me? I denounce you, Satan. 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 It's like Satan. I can't study Satan. I got no fucking protection here. I don't know what's really stopping me for writing. I guess because it was always, I'm like, it's always very personal. This is very personal. So, and my chains are very connected here in the Holy Ghost sense. Right, these people are actually traitors. Like, they really are. So, because this is 22, and I'm here at Romeo Plank, right? And that's where you got Waldenberg. But, again, Lorundo, the one's on 23, the builder, he goes all the way down there and past Coyotes. And, nigger, you fucking fucked up all our drains and killing our birds. Like, excuse me. You've made billions of that, it's trillions, it's actually trillions of dollars, right? The very minimum thing that they can do is start creating, sanctuaries for the birds. No, instead, they're robbing their land for fucking stupid ass dog parks. So that's what I'm saying. They owe the community the tree of life. You drunk asses. Gave us these nasty ass restaurants instead. Boo! God hates you. I'm just telling you. Secrets. You're gross asses. So, and they don't need to. What they could do is a little old time light right here. I'm the greatest designer. I'm telling you. Jesus, and they already chose me, right? And then this building, they can historically go and fix it, right? They don't want to do that. But it does go back to the Cold War, right? So, and it is connected to the Cold Era and the World War I, World War II, the ballistics, the Nike. It goes back with Selfridge. It goes back there to Tuscany, right? You're talking about a lot of heritage, right? This is before automation. But that was the built up of America. So why would they have it right? And on top of it, like I said, right down here is Iroquois. They don't need to be doing more. Well, I guess I can do more than 30 miles. Fucking roads. Listen, motherfucker. I was gonna get going, you assholes. 50 miles an hour. Fuck you. You're evil people. No bridges for the kids. Right here, there's, again, a school, 2 of them. Both of them, traffickings happen. Again, confirmed, they don't care. Welcome to democracy in America, where you got your children, right? And we don't want resource officers. Bullshit. If you have trafficking in your school, these niggers convince your kids to fuck their asses. Are you kidding me? You're not explaining it to the parents right. Let me explain it. I promise you, they'll be like, no, we need fucking resource officers. Bullshit. I'll be damned, I got fucking adult men teaching my little girl to be a sexual slave. You're having sex with other grown men too, right? And that's the businesses. And again, Lutherans, okay? I denounce you, Satan. That's the Emmanuel Lutheran Church, nothing original. I denounce you, Satan. You hear me? I denounce you, Satan. Get your ass. That's all that damn MJ Theater Club. Like I was talking to the 7-Eleven, the nigger ass manager, the one who likes to traffic little children, got his little nigger ass sons. They are adults, even though they look like kids. So just like the Philippines, they look like little fucking kids. But you can't, again, they get the same thing with the little Philippines that came over here. I see that in Fred, because again, Fred is like the only person I did anything with, and the only thing we did was like, we did kiss, so I did let him, so he just, we probably would have had, now I know we would have had sex, because I was like, the thing is, I have these nasty cops' hands on me. I thought Fred was a man of God. And I still say he's a man of God, and he's just under a psychosis. So they just know. Here's flock cameras right here by the Goody Salon. So you see how there's no flock cameras down there where the trafficking's happening? No, that's because the Lutherans and businesses like Walmart and Meijer. So I'm just saying, I wouldn't come out here. Go somewhere else. You don't want to be, and the one in Washington, they're not doing this, that Myers. But again, this witch-ass Myers down here with their little glove thing, their little white Hitler glove thing, tied to the assumption. What do you think I saw Jesus doing? Right, yeah, I think it was Jesus or his mother. It was the thing next to the left. In the middle, it had his, in the middle, it was a 7. Because it was Mother Mary with three different saints on both sides. Because it equals the completion. Hey, Lucy. I'm saying, but no, we don't get that. You know what we get? We get right here. You see what this is? We get the Italian Nazis, because they are Nazis. When you think you have the right to data collect us, our stories, victim stories. I denounce you, Satan. I denounce you, Satan. I denounce you, Satan. I denounce you. You hear me? Morcelli, I denounce you, Park Ridge. Nazis, Nazis, Nazis. That's what you are. That's what God is going to know you to be. The Renaissance Nazis. Literally off of Hitler. If you don't get into reality that we're going into World War V, that again, soldiers from the Iraq War are going to heavily pay the price. Why? Because stupid roundabouts. Can't make it up. Stupid ass senators. The 2 ones coming in now, and Senator Alyssa. Because again, you have, let's do the new bridge, everybody. Let's do these walkable paths. Like we haven't already, and they go all the way there to Romeo. Right, the database centers is so ridiculous. So, and again, go fuck yourselves. You rob and you create all kinds of businesses with these stupid ass roundabouts. But we have the right to keep our heritage. That's what I told them. I'm like, and what they did was a crime. You can't dig on burial lands, right? They're not going to know because, again, they have no history here. When they converted all over the hospitals, right? Okay, gotta remember, I'm a shadow worker for Christ. I'm a 7 of 7 different lives. So I'm like, good luck answering to God. Because that's what I say, you know what I'm saying? God's going to be like, you know, even if he takes your spirit, right, your soul gets left here. Right here in Holy Ghost. I mean, in Holy Ghost too, on top of it. So, because you convince yourself that you are the resurrection, you are life, you are, you know, this story, you know, and really that's all fucking Satan. Because when you look at their asses, right, they decided to rape the fuck out of Mother Earth. So, which is Mother of God, which is Mother Mary. So, and again, which is the married mother. And then, like I said, then you got the Virgin Mary. Now, these guys believe in child rapists having lives. Right? So, any fucking man you could think of. And they teach this faggotism. They don't like me here. So, but God don't like you. Because and then on top of it, they're also abusing services of our... oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus, 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 Jesus. I gotta come back to us, Jesus. Yeah, right here, that Clinton Library. That's the Kalamazoo Canal. Right? So, I've dealt with many hate crimes. These fucking bitches chase my ass, too, down this road. These fucking little nigger kids. So, they call them niggers. They're the one that told me they will take my heritage and rub it between their fucking little nigger nuts. And I was just like, excuse me? I can't fucking rub your... See, I can talk to kids. I told them, yeah, rub your nigger nuts. I don't think so, nigger. So I'm like, I don't even think they were expecting me to say that's not even funny. So, because they shouldn't even have talked that way. But then they chased me down the street. But see, this is how, you know, we got to remember when I'm talking about these builders here. You know, as I was not able to really, you know, I don't even know if they'll even report this. So this is why I just got to come and bring you here. So I just got to get it to the cross. I'm going to build them a cross. My cousin. I meant to get Laura's, get her parents' names. But anyways, I left her that little prayer. But I'm going to, for their front yard, I'm going to build them, because I got these crosses that I build. And so, and my cousin wants a Woody outfit. Yeah, like, they can't, there's no money. Like, they're making thousands of dollars off their head because they're building different services. Right? That money could be going into the home so that way they can have a normal life in the home. Having a fucking damn workshop is not worth humans who are old to not actually have a functioning, you know, God-loving group home. Okay, so we just know that's what you guys support here. This is nuts. They abuse our elders here too. So absolutely, that's why I say I denounce you, Satan. Oh, he's got to take it away. We need, like, new people coming in. We had to. Our elders suck. Like, these people have been around. Stop bragging. Right? Stop bragging. Be like, 50 years! I know! Robin, 50 years, right, Lucy? Oh, Jesus, let's please protect our handicap in the name of Mother Mary. Do you hear me? Let's all say it together. Mother Mary. You are Nazis. You gotta stop. Oh, Jesus. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Oh, so it sucks here. You know, I just want my kid. I just rather just take my cousin. That's what I'm like. I'd rather just take my niece. They're persecuting her. I can't get out this time. Sorry, Lucy. We gotta get back to the house. It's kind of late. Anyways, Jesus. You just gotta, like, this right here, I gotta pray to St. Michael. Because this is tied to St. Michael. So I say to St. Michael, who is connected to St. Gabriel. That comes to the next saint that protects us, right? So their St. Michael prayer here is an exit plan. So they created capsules here. Lots of different bubbles have been created that trap our soldiers, by the way. But, you know, this has destroyed so many military families. And, again, I denounce you, Satan. I denounce you, Governor Whitmore. You murdered every one of my children. So, like, again, I should have the right to talk about it. I don't. And, you know, now Louisiana is going to murder my son. But I have to tell you, Louisiana and Alabama already, you know, caused Dinesia and Devin to commit suicide. This is in 24 when they were tracking them down. So, like, when I came up here in 23 and 24, you know, after having to turn myself in, like, they've just purposely destroyed our fucking lives because, again, they don't do crimes, right? This is what they get. But it's even more sick is how they entrap. Like I said, when I sit here, I'm with Maya Hicks too, right? Because she lives in my heart. I'm not a psychic, so I never know if someone passes, right? Well, sometimes I know, but I'm like, my point is I'm not a psychic where I'm like, I went to that house. I'm connected to her because of her murder, right? I'm connected to her because of this township. This township does a dishonest to the community, right? Because, again, and here we're owned by Democrats that lie on democracy. Okay, because, again, no handicap and foster children and mothers and Catholic mothers and, you know, nuns and, like, you know, say women, girls should have to be fucking paying the price in Michigan. But see, this is what happens when you introduce, you know, say 1979 Islam. You just go over there to Nino's, all right? Just go over there to Nino's, everybody. That's where you'll see. And they weren't built in 1979, so why the fuck did you put that on your building? Okay, well then take a drive over there to his other location. I think it's in Plymouth. Right. And then you know what you'll see? You'll definitely see, again, Trinity Hospital. You'll see that little arrow Space Force symbol, right? So, but you know, it's getting a little ridiculous because it's really not Space Force here. These are like Amazon and Park Ridge, and I don't know all the Vesta, but you don't say these builders that I'm talking about too, right? It is this Renaissance clubhouse that goes all the way down. That's why, like yesterday, I'm talking about the Palazzo. These people will, like, you know, I'm telling you, stab your ass. They're Sicilian. You're talking about, like, you know, and these are you're talking about who's going to be data collecting us, you know, mixed in with, like, you know, Iraqi, but Christian ones, you know, naughty ones. Everybody's involved with the damn alcohol business, right? So I don't think much of the alcohol business, you know, because I learned that they've been poisoning the alcohol, like, literally, just like they're purposely poisoning our water. And they're just literally getting away with it here. So again, you just a dead bitch. You go talking about anything, but I am talking about it because when you're talking about these crimes that get to happen, see, they're not being reported. The fact that we're living in 2026 and the state of Michigan doesn't have the obligation to report rapes. Are you fucking kidding me? I just want God, Mother Mary, you know what I'm saying, Jesus, the Trinity, as I'm across from the resurrection to understand what all this, right? Because, again, this is why I say I do not believe what you people believe in. It's like, who gets to bleed in the fact that you get to harm our handicap, our veterans? They came here and created capsules. This is what they got to be able to do, right, Lucy? Oh, they don't care. I'm telling you, they really just don't care. It's like that manager. Like just want to get Keith out of here. Because, you know, because again, he needs to be worked with the behavior. So, and then, like, I'm his cousin, I could just take care of him. You know, I just can't take care of him here because I live in hell. Because we have Nazis who say they're like Democrats, but really they're like Nazis, you know. Don't do resolutions for what? pace, okay? That's what I'm saying. Yes, Trump needs to get very involved with the federal funding here, because again, they're over here like, that's why I talk about that. Flex car, what I'm saying? That comes before this. And you're talking your handicap, and it's fixable. They don't care to fix it. They don't care. You don't get the right to abuse our veterans. Yes, they do. For what? India. The same bitches I was talking about earlier. That's why I called them niggers. They're robbers. You're the one who's over here robbing. I'm trying to get the fuck out of Michigan. You can't talk about these damn bitches. So, especially when you're talking about so much money, and I'm trying, because Polly told me he's the assistant manager there, right? And he's been there for years. And this is how I learned about, because him and I have chatted. He's like Albanian and stuff, but he's a really good manager. And like he's, it's like he has to work with all these damn kids. The owner there, the one that traffics, he encourages a lot of that inappropriate activity with the kids. And so, like, you get to have all that sliminess. That's why I can't stand 7-Eleven. They're like such a sleaze-ass business. And you see how they're connected to Marathon. I was just seeing that the other day. And, like, of course they are, because, they're all sleazy asses. So, but again, as I stand over here with St. Michael, because I get Mother of God when you're thinking about, over here is the Moravians. And I'm like, ew, you're gross people. So, I stand over here with the Chippewas. I stand over here with the bridge coming over here. Like, no, they keep robbing us with bridges. So the bridges become walking paths with subdivisions. Why the fuck can't the subdivisions pay for their own bridges? Well, because they're not inside the subdivision. I don't care. They're still part of your money. So, but no, instead, we get to rob the township. So then places they create a fair through, right, doesn't get a bridge. And right there is the Gold Star of Romero. But it's not about the Gold Star or our Selfridge. It's about drunks and Christopher Columbus and the soon-to-be database center out in Romeo. Kid Rock! Where is Kid Rock? I got to figure out Kid Rock. Because I got to figure out someone to save Washington. Right? I'm not going to be able to do that. It's got to be somebody from freaking damn Romeo. Kid Rock is from, no way in the hell he would allow these damn niggers to be over. Like, people don't want to listen to me because I say nigger. They're like, oh, you're so racist. Excuse me, my brother was the Patriot boy. You were the Patriot. Okay, you were really racist. I married Black American. But again, you have to remember, Michigan gets to kill my Black American chains and my family and target them, my children. And every one of my children were victimized up there in Michigan. Right? Again, you don't know anything about it because that's how it goes under Nazism. It was normal behavior to, again, rape your nieces, marry them. If they committed suicide, oh well, it doesn't matter, right? Sickos. Again, that's why I say you gotta hate you. But then they decided to get the freaking rape the hell out of our Christian portahose. And like I said, even the Smurfs knew there was portahose. So I'm like, these motherfuckers are like closing our connection. So that's why it's important for me to be able to work on that, and they block me. Because when you're in fear, and I'm in fear, just because I'm out and about doesn't mean, no, that's why I go out at nighttime. Motherfuckers, I'm like on a fucking crawl spree all the time. So, and you can't be talking about bitches' careers. Again, I'm trying to get to Rainbow Railroad. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to talk about this anymore. Don't worry, I won't talk about you. I'll give you don't care. Remember? I want to get back to talking about Governor Wilmore. Because again, these ladies were supposed to protect the Native Americans. Right? I'm trying to get back to my Native Americans. I got the Chippewa key. So what that means is I wanted to get back with that side because it loves, and I'm never going to be in some kind of, native land. I don't think so. I tried that. No, I didn't go. That was over there when I learned about the man killer, right? And I was like in the head. I was in Hot Spring, Arkansas, right? Where again I found earth portal holes, but also we were like exposed by fucking nasty men whipping their dicks out and shit. I'm like, I can't do not travel here. We were targeted multiple times traveling. We weren't even traveling. We were having to travel because I had to keep dragging my niece back into a town. It was always me and my kids. Like, this is how evil these fucking judges are. They don't care. They've had all their little renaissance, all their little kickbacks. Same thing with what's been going on here at the Abbott, the resurrection, right? So, because they need to be held accountable. Like, they robbed a lot of funding that has to do with our veterans. And right here, like I said, this is our Vietnam, right? And there was a purpose of me spending many, many, many hours, right? So I might be talking to myself here, and I know I am, right? So, but again, I'm talking to God. So I'm not always talking to myself either. They have access to Fred's Wi-Fi. I learned that a long time ago. So, and they've a number of times connecting him to different routers, his phone. That's why I don't even bother texting. I'm not even connected to him. You know, I just like, you know, they're evil fucks here. This is what they're allowed to do. You know, and Fernhill is disgusting. These golf courses are disgusting. And because, again, they're tied in with the Catholics, because I don't study Islamic, I learned the Islam through the Catholics. Because they're converting. I can't emphasize that enough. It's just not good. No, it's not good at all. Not for us Christians. Not at all. But we have a lot of dirty Christians. Just get a lot of dishonesty. So, but I'm like, hey, you don't have to listen to me. But again, I'm just trying to get to Rainbow Railroad. Alright, so don't do anything to me. I chained myself to Reverend Dr. Martin Luther, and he is over there in that Lutheran church. That's what I was telling manager at 7-Eleven. I was just like, take your wife there. So, because I'm like, I get my roses here at this little resurrection florist shop. So Cadillac isn't doing anything bad. It's the resurrection. So, and they are, and they should be held accountable because it's not even there too. It's more than likely all their cemeteries. So, just because they're a business. But this business needs to be exposed. Like real attorneys, like these people are going to not want me talking about them because they all work for it. So the Republicans, these businesses that are branched off, that's why they do all that CSA funding. You know, it's ridiculous. They do this massive amount of CSA. It's beyond than just what they show the funding of. But, you know, like I said, I went into their churches. It's really hard for me to go into the churches right now. I'm afraid. It's not even the churches that I'm afraid of. Because I've talked to these... I'm a social worker, and that's what I tell them. I always say that I'm a social worker. So just because they discredit my name into something, and it's like I told my mom, I'm like, it's more than that brandishing the weapon. They marked me as something that's mentally handicapped, like not handicapped, like a red flag. So, and I don't know if I'm on the red flag list. So, but I definitely think I am. So, like, I'm pretty sure I'm out. So, because it's made it hard for me to have I have a hard time with employment because I am handicapped. So, but I'm too busy working for Fred. So, and Fred does this too. There's a lot of women here that are basically caretakers of a full-time job to their masters, okay? Because they don't pay us. So, but Fred pays me in the sense of, like, he pays my insurance, pays my gym, he pays my phone bill, so he is paying something. So, but, he saves all kinds of money. Because, again, the moment I leave, he's going to be back trying to buy this damn bride. And this system, like, you know... He's already done this, went back to buying this bride. It's like, I just told him, like, I was like, you're cheating on me. So I'm like, what the hell? See, you're cheating on your wife, you're a cheater on me. So, and then he deleted it. So, because he knew he was right, he was cheating on me. So, yeah. But that's how I got him. Like I said, I know how to speak to Danny. Like, I was good at my job, but I don't have a job here. So, I get to get abuse. And my back is like shifting forward. So, I mean, I really do need to have surgery. And Fred is not willing to come with me for surgery. He doesn't want me doing surgery. He wants me to not worry about my niece. He's like, just let her go have sex. I can't control her. I'm like, it's gross. That's how he was with his son. He got him a convertible, and he encouraged, like, again, his son's got all these pictures of white girls. So he was going to the Lutheran church on 26th. And then, you know, and I'm just going to tell you, it's his mother, who's Methodist, who ratted her son out because she really disapproves it. And she listens to me. She doesn't want to be in the resurrection. She's Methodist, right? And Fred deliberately put her in the resurrection just to be a hermit. So they brainwash these hermits. They turn them into hermits, and then they just can't even stop being hermits. I'm like, oh God. That's why I'm like, I denounce you saying, I denounce you saying, I denounce you saying, because I want to leave. I want to be able to just take my cousin, and, you know, hopefully I can take my son, and I can take my niece. So, but my niece doesn't have to be having sex with, you know, men. Even if they're in high school, they're still men. She just turned 14. So I'm like, I wouldn't have her having sex with anybody. You know, but again, when she's under grandma's care, you know, she doesn't have this supervision. So, and she needs better supervision than in-house placements supervision. So, but she needs to be in a victim program that actually works with, you know, traumatized children, you know, youth, not children, but youth, that's been through, you know, trauma. They had her in a trafficking program. That's in 23. So how evil the fuck they are. She had an adoption. They put her, and she it's partially because that's what she was saying. She had to go, that's what she was saying down in Florida, right, Dionysia. You know, it's just, I want my name. So, again, I don't think she has to be that way. Okay, she was gonna fucking dance. She smacked me twice last time, and I was telling her she couldn't teach her dog to be a fighter. You know, so she's trying to teach that dog not to be around people, to take it out. You know, cage it. So I'm like, no, I don't think so. She knows exactly what she's doing too. Then she hits me. And then she turns around, but again, they also have her over here back into, and they chose to put her back in grandma because she was victimized down there in Alabama. I mean, and she was victimized multiple times down there in Alabama. But both Dionysia and Devin told me, because when Devin was up here, we were talking before he started going into manic again, right? He told me that it was to the after 23 because this involved that sheriff of Mobile, Alabama. They literally brought Dionysia to his program the next day. Right, so the sheriff must have came, because he did come up there, he spoke to me, this is why I had to get my son. They're so fucking evil, because again, she didn't get victimized, but they took her from me. And then they put her into this Mormon program that basically drugged her. Girls were victimized. There was one who was raped there. That was in the paper. So it's in my phone somewhere back there. But my point is she was victimized at the CP program down there in Alabama. But they had her in several programs that, like, just horrible. And then she's being victimized too at the same time, not going to school. She's never had schooling. The only time she's had schooling when she was in care with me. Right, I'm like, I'm talking about, they have done, she has the right to talk to somebody, a professional, about this. Now, right now, she's just like talking about being emancipated and being free at 16 years old. It's just nuts. Right, and again, meanwhile, these judges, the ones I talk about, right, how the fuck do you have a right to be judges? Because again, they destroy these children and their stories. You don't know that she has PTSD. You don't know about the traumas, because here in Macomb County, they're not doing solutions or resolutions or nothing. Like, again, they're choosing, and Government Whitmore chose the same thing. Benson chose the same thing. They chose to do this. So I'm like, oh God, because it's a processy, eras, and it's nuts. And then, like I said, they're like merry-going around once again, so yeah, millions of dollars are going to come in for drug and alcohol recovery. And I'm like, they're not even helping these people. Because if you do not have long-term problems, I'll just be a damn, once again, our children and our handicap get to get abused and not have, healing and survivorship. It's not a good idea to have the ARC. The ARC is literally built into their mental health system. You see that. And I'm like, yeah, of course it is. Okay. Just like Indy. Okay. You see that too. So you can't make it up. This is normal language to them. Because again, this is the same thing with CARF. And CARF goes all the way down there to Mississippi, I see, right? And I'm like, you Nazis, you don't do resolutions. So you're allowed to create all these green energy programs, and then on top of it, you're allowing our handicap. You know what I'm saying? And there's fixes. But no, we don't get fixes. Right, Lucy? We don't get fixes. Now we get, unfortunately, we get, talk to your phone, and we don't care. That's what we get. They're like, basically just doing the same thing they've been doing for decades. They're building and colonizing. So they've been, doing this since 9/11. You can't make it up.